Hi there, welcome to my channel. I'm GhostPrime, and as you've probably guessed, we're going to look at Generation 1 Omega Supreme in this video. I want to apologize for any issues that you may hear with some static with my microphone. My old one broke, so I need to get a new one. So this is my old one, and it's not very good. Anyway, so I apologize for that. But getting into the figure, he was released in 1985, and he appeared in the second season of Transformers Generation 1. He also is in the opening to the second season of Generation 1, and it has a very memorable scene in the opening credits. He is kind of different than a lot of other Transformers of the era because he's motorized and he comes apart to transform into his various things. Up until this time, there hasn't been any real... Well, there's parts formers, but not formers that you take apart to form something else and then put back together. So this is kind of the first of those. And in the cartoon, he was depicted as a Guardian. I think he was the Crystal City Guardian. I go over a little bit more detail in my Titan review of him. And he was friends with the Constructicons. He was also depicted as being very emotionless, which his emotions were taken away from him, I believe. Either way, he was a fantastic Autobot and allowed the Autobots to get to distant planets via his rocket. I never had this guy as a kid. I was super happy to get this guy a few years ago before they shot up in price. But let me know what you think of Omega Supreme and which version you like. And please like and subscribe and all that. Without any further ado, let's get to the review.
There's the Autobot defense base!
But where are the Autobots?
Who cares? Decepticons are gone!
Oh no, look!
It's Omega Supreme!
Introducing the Autobots Omega Supreme Defense Base. It comes with a motorized tank with flashing turret light.
Decepticons! Counterattack Omega Supreme!
Transformers!
Omega Supreme will stop him!
Robots in disguise!
Omega Supreme is invincible!
Transformers!
The Transformers sold separately. Batteries not included from Hasbro.
All right, here we have Generation 1 Omega Supreme. Now, I do have him put together in his robot mode rather than his tank mode and his various pieces. Just because it's much easier to do that, do a video like that, and then take them apart, show you the pieces, and put them together at the same time. Keeps the video shortened. Anyway, so I don't have the box for him, and I don't have the instructions, but I'm going to throw the box on the screen here, and an instruction sheet here. So the instructions are kind of big, and there's a lot of stickers that came with this guy. I mean, he's a big bot. He really is. I think I could probably, before I start everything, do a little test, right? So he is motorized, and he does walk, and it is kind of cool. He has lights, and let's just show you his little button back there, and it's kind of noisy. But here he is walking towards the camera. And this is very cool. And as a kid, I just loved it. Now, he's not fast, but he'll get there in time. The mechanism's awesome. And then let's go ahead and switch it back here. Now, he does take 2 AA batteries. Just go in this compartment here. And there they are right there. So 2 AA's. That clips up just like so. You'll notice he does not have a face in there. Now, he was depicted in the cartoon with a face, obviously, but the toy didn't have a face. And when they did the Encore version of this, they tried to actually put a face in there, some eyes, which is cool. I don't have the Encore version. This is a vintage. But I like the eyes. I think that'd be really, really neat. Lately, I was talking to somebody that has the Encore, and he took out the eye so it looks like this. I was wondering if you could put those eyes into one of these if you wanted to do that. Take it apart and put the eyes. You might be able to fit it. Then looking on the back, he has like a jetpack. And you see where he can attach his tracks there. Now you can attach all the tracks, but then they just slide on like this. And they end up being really big, which is hard to fit on the shelf. And I believe he was not shown that way in the cartoon, but it is something you can do, and he can hold everything that way. So he does have places to hold all of his parts. There he is moving on down to the back of the legs. One thing to be wary about are these clips. You do need to find all these, or make sure you have a complete one to have all these clips there. These clips end up being hard to find. Turn them around. Kneecap, knee clips, all of this stuff comes apart. The arms come apart. everything comes apart except for the center bot itself. Now, he does have a little bit of articulation, which is not bad for the time, and ratcheting. It goes all the way around 360. He has, I don't know what you really want to call that. Not really, I don't know if it's an elbow or what that is, but he has an elbow there. He has a bicep swivel, and he has finger articulation right there, which is really cool. And like I said, he's pretty big. He's a big bot. He's not small. Let's just get an idea. I can do a comparison. Here he is, next to Generation 1 Soundwave. So you can kind of get a pretty good idea here of just the size of him, especially during back in the day. I mean, he was big. Just a really, really big figure. Now, he does come all apart, which I will show you. So you have to take this right here, piece comes off, go ahead and set that aside. Take this other piece here, and actually we can do a transformation right now. These just pop together like this, making a rocket. And you can put that all the way out if you want, like that. And just sort of set that aside someplace. Take the clips on his legs. Don't want to do it. Oh, that one already came off. Clip, and they just come up like that. Oh, yes. All the clips come off on the legs. And these come off as well. Just by pushing them up. Just kind of take off his pants. Oh, of course, now it comes off really super easy. There. His pants, which do become pieces of the track. And now he has super little skinny legs under his pants.
Looks like you've been skipping leg day.
It's been a while since I've done this. I'm trying not to break these pieces. So these pieces come off the side. Let me lay him down. Oh, that's right. His feet come off first. Pull his feet off. Then these pieces come out. That. These are also track pieces. His feet. There we go. Take this piece here, pull that down, up. Now this slides off like that. You take his arms up and push them here, push them in, revealing guns. There, push them up. And push the guns in, or the arms in, revealing the guns. Now, this part here is a part that I always fear, because there are little things in here that kind of get broken. And you see them. It's for the walking mechanism, but you kind of get the camera in there. You can see it right there. These have a tendency to break, so I just kind of pull them out a little bit and push it in. I really don't want to break them. So that one is not doing me too well. I'm going to turn it back on, see if I can move it. Get it in a better position so I could see it right there. Lift that up. And so I don't break that little nub off. Because once you break that nub off, it won't walk anymore. And that's it. So here he is in tank mode. As you can see, he has guns here. Wheels on the bottom. Rubber. There's the copyright. It says Toy Box, made in Japan. Copyright Hasbro Bradley Corporation. Rub sign. Still works. This one actually has really nice stickers for being so old. Go ahead and put him aside. And we're going to start assembling this whole thing. I don't even know if I could fit it up here. First, let's take off this piece right here. I'll show you take off. Ow. Push this down like that. Goes up. All track pieces. Down. All right, so first things first. Let's throw all this stuff aside. Let's see if I can fit this on my review area here. I'm not sure if I can. I may have to move it. But we have the feet, and you'll see there's little stubs right there. slots right there. Tab with the feet in. Like this on either side. And I do like the fact that they went as far as to detail the bottom right there. I think that's very cool. And slot that in like so. Let's see. I believe these go like that. Might be on the back side. I can't recall. It doesn't really matter, I don't think. If it does, we'll change it. It's hard to remember for all these pieces go without looking at something, I think. When they slot right in like that. And go ahead and move these guys out of the way. These pieces here, the legs, actually connect together. Like so. And you do that for both of them. Now you take these end pieces here, you can see where they would slot directly in there. That goes for both sides. Go ahead. Oh. I'm gonna do that one again. Put that aside a second. Let's work on the limited amount of space here. There we go. Slot those back. See, it's not too securely, but you can pick it up. There. So move that all back. And these are, of course, are the apex. So we'll take these pieces, push them together. And these slide on like that. There is a little bump, like a little, I'll show you on this one here, like a piece right there that actually slides into the slot. These slot together nice and tight, like that. And I believe, if I'm not mistaken, you can put the clips on here, the small clips, so you don't lose them. GhostPrime from the future here. I'm trying to want to make a correction. The little tabs go on the inside of these pieces here to keep these pieces together. The larger tabs tab on top of the foot when you put the backpack on. And that's how you store everything in alt mode. And then we can do the back. Let's go ahead and move him real quick over here. Let those in. One piece. And oh, it just barely fits. Alright, so once we have all of this, we go ahead and stick the rocket back in the launcher. This is very hard to get on camera. So rocket in the launcher. Then you take the tank. Make sure you slot it in there. Then we could turn it on if I can find the switch. And there he goes. Around the track and firing away. Hopefully it doesn't hit my... Nope. You get stuck. There we go. Like I said, this thing is big. It's noisy. Very 80s, and it's just so much fun to see this go around in circles like this. It's just a lot of fun. And there he is, guarding, and you can just go. Oh, crash. There we go. Right into my hand. All right, let's get some final thoughts on this amazing toy. So Omega Supreme is a chunky boy with motorized parts. He is awesome. He just has the stance, especially looks great next to all the other Generation 1 figures, if that's how you display him. Super awesome. I really want to get the eHobby Guardian version of him. I didn't get the Titan, but I would much rather have the Guardian version of the Generation 1. And eventually I will. I have a budget for it. And one day. A couple things to keep in mind if you do get a vintage one. Make sure the electronics work. Make sure none of the gears are broken. That is a very common thing. So the pieces that move the treads to move the feet, make sure all those work before you get it, because that's something that's super, super important. Other than that, he's an awesome character, an awesome figure to have. Oh yeah, all of his parts. These little clips are lost all the time. Make sure you have those. Anyway, I appreciate you staying and watching throughout this video, and I'll see you in the next review.